Hello, dear listener. Welcome to this quiet moment just for you, a space where the world slows down and your thoughts begin to soften, like petals gently folding in the evening light. You've arrived here to rest, to be still, and to let go of the day. Whatever has brought you to this moment, whether it was busy or calm, joyful or tiring, it's time now to leave it all behind. There's nothing left for you to do tonight. No tasks, no thinking, no rush, just a gentle drift into rest. Take a slow breath in and let it out softly. Again, in and out. Let the sound of my voice be like a soft lantern, guiding you deeper into calm, into comfort, and into sleep. Transition into the story. Imagine now that you are somewhere far from screens and schedules, somewhere where time stretches out like a lazy river, unhurried and warm. You are in a safe place, quiet, undisturbed. The light is low, the air is soft, and every breath you take settles you deeper into the cushions beneath you. Let yourself begin to imagine a small, slow-moving train waiting just for you. It hums gently on its tracks. Bathed in the golden light of early evening, you step on board with ease, your footsteps silent on the polished floor. No ticket needed, no destination required. This journey is only for rest, for wandering thoughts and soft sights, for the kind of stillness that lulls you gently towards sleep. Find your seat by the window now, one with a wide view of the countryside. The cushion beneath you is plush and inviting, and a light woolen blanket rests on your lap, warmed by the sun. The train lets out a low sigh and begins to move, slowly, smoothly. And so, our story begins. The train glides forward with a soothing hum, as if whispering lullabies into the dusky air. Outside the window, the countryside stretches wide and open. Soft hills like sleeping giants, wrapped in quilts of green and gold. Fields of tall grass sway gently in the evening breeze. Each blade moves in rhythm, a slow, graceful dance beneath the amber sky. Here and there, wildflowers bloom in quiet bursts of lavender, cornflower blue, and pale yellow, their petals catching the last golden rays of the sun. The train moves slowly, deliberately, never in a hurry. It rolls past wooden fences softened by time, past meandering streams that glimmer like threads of silver, and cottages with moss-covered roofs nestled beneath ancient trees. The windows are slightly open, just enough to let in the cool, fragrant breeze. It carries with it the faint scent of fresh earth, wild mint, and the sweetness of distant apple trees. Every so often, the breeze brushes your skin like a soft touch, comforting and familiar. Inside the carriage, everything is quiet. The faint clink of porcelain teacups from the next car, the rustle of pages from a well-loved book, the occasional sigh of someone settling deeper into their seat. There's a shared understanding here that this journey is meant for peace. You nestle into your seat, pulling the soft blanket a little higher. Its weight is just enough to make you feel cocooned, safe. The fabric smells faintly of cedar and chamomile, as though it's been stored among herbs and warm woods. The sky outside deepens to a velvety periwinkle, the sun beginning its slow descent behind a line of hills. The first stars appear, timid at first, like little candle flames peeking through the veil of dusk. The train curves gently, never jolting, always smooth. Around you, the landscape becomes even more dreamlike. A grove of willow trees sways beside a lake so still, it looks like glass. You watch as a pair of swans glide across it, leaving behind soft ripples that shimmer like silk ribbons. The train does not disturb the peace. It becomes part of it, moving through this tranquil world like a gentle thought in the quiet mind of the evening. Time seems to slow even further now, each moment stretching like warm honey. Your eyelids begin to feel heavier, lulled by the rhythm, the warmth, the peace. And still, the train glides forward. The train begins to slow, not because it needs to stop, but as if it's offering you a chance to savor the stillness even more deeply. Outside your window, a small village comes into view, nestled between low hills, like a secret gently kept by the land. The rooftops are thatched and sloped, their stones worn smooth by the years. Golden light spills from cottage windows, flickering like candle flames, casting soft halos that shimmer on cobbled paths. Lanterns line the narrow streets, iron-wrought and glowing warmly, their amber light swaying gently with the breeze. Each one flickers with its own rhythm, like the heartbeat of the village itself. The train moves slowly through it, almost reverently, so as not to disturb the quiet. You see a cat curled up on a doorstep, its fur tucked beneath its body like a folded quilt. Its eyes open lazily as the train passes, and then close again in contentment. An old man in a wool sweater stands by a gate, smoking a pipe and watching the sky turn from lilac to deep blue. He doesn't wave, but he doesn't need to. His presence feels like part of the story, like a memory being remembered. You pass a bakery with windows fogged gently from the warmth inside. The scent drifts toward the train, hints of cinnamon, warm bread, a whisper of honey and clove. Just beyond, a small inn with a hand-carved sign sways on its hinges. The sound, a soft creak that blends into the hush of twilight. Everything here is slow, purposeful, at ease. Even the trees surrounding the village seem to lean in closer, their leaves whispering ancient lullabies as they sway. Crickets begin their evening song, a rhythmic, soothing chorus that seems perfectly timed with the turning of the wheels. The village passes, but its feeling lingers, a sense of belonging, of time standing still, a reminder that there are places in the world where life is quiet, gentle, unhurried. The train picks up just a little speed again, gliding away from the lantern glow, carrying you deeper into the countryside, where moonlight begins to settle over everything like a soft quilt. Your eyes begin to close for longer moments now, opening only to catch glimpses of soft hills and low clouds, drifting like slow ships across the darkening sky. The rhythm of the train continues, steady, soft, safe. The train moves now through open fields, wide and silver under the gaze of the moon. The sky above is a deep, endless blue, scattered with stars like soft pinpricks in velvet. The moon itself hangs low and full, casting its quiet light over the land, like a watchful guardian. In this light, every detail becomes more delicate, more dreamlike. The tall grasses shimmer as though touched with frost, though the air remains warm. Each blade sways gently, creating a sea of movement, so slow, so gentle, it could lull your thoughts into stillness. The train hums low beneath you, a steady companion, its presence as soothing as a heartbeat. There's a deep comfort in this rhythm, a sense that all is well and nothing is expected of you now but to rest. You begin to see a river ahead, wide and calm, curving lazily through the fields like a sleeping serpent. The train crosses a low wooden bridge, and for a few moments the sound changes slightly, a soft creaking under the wheels, the hush of water flowing beneath. You glance down and see the river reflecting the night sky so perfectly that it feels as though the stars have fallen into it, resting there on its dark surface. On the banks of the river, a line of willows bend gently, their long branches trailing toward the water, like fingertips tracing lullabies in the current. Fireflies drift lazily among the reeds, glowing softly, like tiny lanterns with nowhere urgent to be. You feel your breath slow even more now, each inhale like drawing in peace, each exhale releasing tension you didn't know you were holding. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls softly, a low, echoing sound that settles into the silence, like a feather falling onto still water. The train moves gently off the bridge and back onto earth, winding now through a grove of trees. Their trunks are wide and spaced just far enough to let the moonlight through in gentle patches. The shadows they cast are long and harmless, like the folds of a familiar blanket. Inside the carriage, the light is low, just a few dim sconces casting a golden hue over the wooden paneling and soft fabric. Everything smells faintly of lavender and cedar, the comforting scent of calm and sleep. You shift slightly in your seat, adjusting the blanket, feeling yourself drift deeper, thoughts slowing, body softening, mind loosening its grip. There's no need to follow the scenery anymore. It will be there, always moving slowly, always cradling you in this journey of rest. Let the train carry you. Let the night wrap around you. Let go a little more. The train's gentle rhythm slows again, almost imperceptibly, as it enters a forest clearing, an open space surrounded by tall pines and soft-needled evergreens, standing like guardians in the night. The clearing feels sacred somehow, untouched and serene, as though time has paused to let the earth breathe. The train glides to a soft stop, not because of schedule or destination, simply to rest, to let the silence linger a little longer. Outside your window, the stars are brighter now. The sky has deepened into a rich indigo, and the constellations shimmer clearly above the clearing. They seem close tonight, close enough to touch, as if you could reach out and gather them in your hands like smooth, glowing stones. A light wind stirs the tops of the trees, creating a sound like a soft hush, a secret shared by the branches. The forest floor glows faintly silver in the moonlight, and the stillness is complete, thick and comforting, like warm wool wrapped around your shoulders. Within this pause, time opens up like a sigh. You imagine yourself stepping off the train, your bare feet touching soft moss that feels cool and springy beneath you. You walk slowly to the center of the clearing, the air still and scented with pine and earth, and the faint sweetness of distant wildflowers. You tilt your head toward the sky. There is no rush, no noise, just breath, just being. The stars above seem to pulse gently in their places, each one a soft reminder that the universe is quiet and wide, and that you too are part of this stillness, a living, breathing moment in the gentle turning of the night. The trees do not move quickly. The stars do not flicker with urgency. Everything is patient. And so are you. Back in your seat, you feel the blanket's warmth across your legs, the soft cushion beneath you, the gentle glow of the train's light on your cheek. No one speaks. There's no need. Everyone here is part of the same silent story. Then, quiet as a breath, the train hums to life again. The wheels begin to turn with that familiar, comforting rhythm. You barely notice the movement, just the return of that lullaby-like hum, steady and soothing. The clearing begins to slip away behind you, but its stillness remains, settled deep inside you now, like a memory of peace. The train carries you onward through the night, deeper into rest, into dreams, into sleep. The train glides forward again, quietly and smoothly, like a thought drifting through a dream. Outside, the landscape begins to open once more. Rolling hills, gentle and drowsy, stretch far into the distance. They rise and fall like the slow rhythm of breathing, their outlines softened by moonlight and the delicate hush of the hour. A soft mist hangs over the hills now, thin and silvery. It floats just above the ground, weaving through the grasses, clinging gently to the edges of low stone walls and wooden fences that line the pastures. The mist does not hide the land. It softens it like gauze over a painting, making everything look tender and far away. Nestled between two hills, a meadow appears. It is wide and still, the grass smooth and brushed flat by the touch of the breeze. Wild flowers peek through, small and pale in the moonlight, gentle blues, whites, and lavender hues. You can almost smell their faint perfume carried on the wind. Something clean, something ancient, like morning dew waiting in the distance. In the center of the meadow, a single oak tree stands. Its limbs stretch wide and low, shaped by time and quiet seasons. It feels like a sentinel, an old friend, watching over the sleeping land. You imagine lying beneath that tree, your back against its trunk, eyes gazing up through the tangle of branches and stars. The grass around you is soft and dry, like a bed spun from the earth itself. Crickets sing in the distance, their steady, patient song echoing in time with your own slowing heartbeat. There is no urgency in this place, no footsteps, no voices, just the rustle of grass, the pulse of night, and the gentle hum of the train as it follows the curve of the land. Inside the carriage, the lights have dimmed even further. Shadows stretch gently along the walls. A nearby lamp flickers softly, casting a warm glow across the wood grain. Everything is wrapped in stillness. You feel your eyes growing heavier. Breath deepens. Shoulders soften. Thoughts thin into wisps, floating off like fog above the meadow. Outside, the moon continues to climb slowly overhead, silver and unwavering. It watches over you as if to say, all is well. You may rest now. The train presses onward, quiet, comforting, and familiar. Every part of this journey is guiding you somewhere not on a map, but within yourself. A place of safety, stillness, and peace. The train rolls onward, slower now, as though it too feels the weight of the night settling fully in. The landscape outside is softened even more. Gentle slopes, shadowy trees, the occasional glimmer of starlight reflected on a pond or stream. It's the kind of scenery that barely moves, like a dream gently fading into the edges of sleep. You feel yourself floating now, not in body, but in awareness. Thoughts come and go like leaves on water, drifting quietly past without needing to be held. In the distance, the soft lights of a village appear. Just a few faint glows nestled at the foot of a hill, warm and golden like candlelight through lace curtains. They flicker gently in the still air, far enough to feel untouchable, but close enough to comfort. You imagine the village at this hour, shutters drawn, chimneys resting, every home wrapped in sleep. Perhaps a cat curls on a windowsill. Perhaps a kettle sits quietly on a stove, long since cooled. Everything is as it should be, still, warm and wrapped in the deep hush of nighttime. The train does not stop. It simply drifts by as if not to disturb what has already found its peace. Inside your carriage, your breathing is slow and steady. Each exhale releases more tension. Each inhale draws in the quiet of the night. Your body grows heavier in the most pleasant way, like sinking into warm sand, like being rocked by the arms of the earth itself. Even the rhythm of the train seems to slow now, each wheel turning like a lullaby played on a wooden music box. A familiar, soothing pattern that speaks not with words, but with presence. You are safe. You are held. You are allowed to let go. There is nowhere to be, nothing to do. No one needing anything of you now. The only thing left is rest. The train glides now through the quietest part of the countryside. The world outside has gone still. The trees, the hills, the streams, they no longer pass by. They simply exist around you, like the background of a fading dream. The stars above no longer twinkle. They rest, settled in their place, as if they too are ready to close their eyes. The hum of the train is softer than ever, a faint whisper, a familiar rhythm, as though the train itself has grown tired and is ready to stop, not because it must, but because it has arrived at a place of peace. Inside, the cabin is dark and warm. The gentle lamplight flickers once, then dims. A hush wraps itself around you, like a soft blanket woven from the fabric of night itself. The only sounds now are the quiet rhythm of your breath, the slow thrum of your heart, and the distant hush of the wheels rolling to their final slow turn. You rest deeper into your seat. Your limbs are weightless. Your thoughts have slowed to the pace of dreams, and even they are beginning to dissolve, like mist in morning light. There's no end to this journey. Not really. It simply becomes something quieter, something softer, something still. You are not arriving anywhere but here. This moment, this breath, this warm, gentle quiet. The train continues on through the sleeping countryside, a vessel of calm, of comfort, of stillness. And you let go completely now, held in this moment, cradled in the rhythm, wrapped in peace. There is no need to stay awake. Everything is cared for. Everything is gentle. Everything is slow. Let the final thoughts drift away. Let the hush wrap around you. Let your eyes close and drift into soft sleep, into stillness, into night. Good night.